So here's the bag and the card that comes with it. It's the LAPG Operator Backpack. It weighs 4.5 pounds empty. The size is 20 by 16 by 12. So it'll get 12 inches thick when fully packed. It's made from 600D polyester with a PVC coating. It's hydration compatible, MOLLE compatible, and fully adjustable. It's got a sternum strap and a waist strap, padded shoulder straps and back, which I think are really pretty great. The padded shoulder straps are very thick, just in the right places that you need them. The back is hydration pack compatible, and as you can tell, the lumbar support here, right here, is a nice thick padding. There's padding here with some airflow that actually you can get through here. I've put it on and it feels very, very comfortable. In fact, we bought two. One to upgrade our old packs for each of us, so we each got one of these. They're on the LAPG website, and right now they're $44.95, and you really can't ask for a much better deal for a quality bag. It's got a carry strap on the top, a carry strap on the side, and a carry strap on the other side, so that you can carry it suitcase style, upright or left-handed if you need to. It's got a zipper pouch right in the front, deep enough to put maps, personal papers, books, that kind of a thing. It's got a lower pouch down here that takes up, you can put quite a lot of good stuff in there that's long and deep. The interior main pocket is fully clamshelled so that you can open it right straight up, pack it the way you need to. It's got 4 straps inside, 2 that run from top to bottom and 2 that run from side to side, so that you can put layers of goodies in there, a layer of clothing, strap it in, another layer of whatever gear that you want to put in, and strap that in so it doesn't wriggle around. There is a mid pouch in here that's got, it's fairly deep. There's a hole at the bottom for any kind of drainage should you get wet. It's not fully waterproof, but it's at least water resistant anyway. The administrative pouch has got little pockets for pens and pads, and it's got an interior pocket right in here, a second one here, and a third one here that you can get all kinds of goodies in. The main pouch, like I said, opens up fully in a clamshell style so that you can really pack it the right way. It's hydration compatible. A hydration pack goes in the back here. There's a zippered pouch for it, and it's got antenna pouches, antenna slots, that if you're carrying antennas with you, you can run the antenna up through here and out, or you can use it as an auxiliary pipe for your water bladder outlet. And there's one on each side here, plus there's a regular fitting for the water pipe that comes out of the bladder around this way so that you can drink out of it that way. On the bottom, it's got strapping where you can hook a sleeping bag, sleeping mat, anything extra to the bottom, and there are 2 water drain holes in the bottom here that you can utilize if the pack ever gets soaking wet. So what we're going to do is trade our old packs that we got at Gander Mountain a number of years ago, and we're going to repack them into these 2 bags. So stick with us. Before we get started talking about bug out bags and the contents of a bug out bag, just wanted to share some thoughts that I've got about bugging out. Initially, bugging out is not the best option, but that's all going to be dependent on what's happening in the environment when the question has to arise. If you're in a hurricane, tornado, a wildfire that's consuming the entire neighborhood, and you've got to make a decision about whether to get out of your house and get away from the disaster itself, then by all means, the pros outweigh the cons. But in a situation where you're talking about any kind of a something beyond a natural disaster, and I'm talking an EMP, an attack by a foreign government, martial law being declared, an economic meltdown, those kinds of things that may follow with civil unrest, riots in the streets, people looting and all that kind of stuff, the highways are going to be absolutely clogged. You're not going to be able to get anywhere. So even if you've got a bug out location that's, say, 30 miles away or 50 miles away, are you really going to be able to get there and get there safely? Have you got alternate routes mapped out so that you can avoid interstate highways and interstate highway exchanges so that you don't run into marauding gangs of looters and murderers and you name it that are going to be out there in periods of civil distress? In situations where martial law has been declared, there may be absolute bans on travel. You may not be able to actually go anywhere without specific governmental permission. And just to go to your bug out location, I doubt is going to be one of the bona fide reasons that you'll be given a travel pass to get anywhere. So for me, and it's all going to be situational dependent, but for me, my plan initially, unless it's a natural disaster and the fires are consuming my neighborhood, or there's a hurricane that's absolutely destroyed the place and I don't have a house anymore, or a tornado, the same thing, then I'm going to have to leave. But beyond that, I'm staying put. It's too dangerous to be out on the roads in your vehicle in a time of absolute and utter civil chaos. Now, what we will be doing is planning for that kind of a situation where we are forced to do a bug out to wherever we're going to go. Now, I've got a bug out location. It's about 60 miles northwest of here, but it's not ready for occupancy yet. I've still got a lot of land clearing to do. I've got buildings to build, sheds to build. Got to get the place ready for habitation. Right now, it's just a wooded lot. So, is that the best place to go? Sure, I can set up a tent and a tarp and build a fire. We've got a picnic table up there, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I guess going camping there might get us out of this environment, but still, it's not a place to go to survive. Secondary bug out location for us is over 500 miles north. My wife's folks, family, have got a 300-acre piece of property about 500 miles north of here, and if we could possibly make it, and our home is absolutely destroyed and we can't go back, that would be an ultimate destination. To get there not using an interstate highway, almost impossible. Got to get through Virginia, got to get through Pennsylvania, got to get through West Virginia, got to get through Maryland. Without the interstates there, traveling on the back roads, winding, circuitous routes, all that, it's going to be extremely difficult. And to travel 500 miles, it's going to require a very reliable vehicle. It's going to require you defend that vehicle. No telling what kind of situation is going to be active out there. So way down on my priority list would be to bug out either to my own bug out location or my secondary bug out location 500 miles north. But with that said, I am planning to have a bug out bag, and we're going to get into the contents